Welcome to the channel. Now, this is the first time I am doing a voiceover for a Lego set, and I titled it Building Something New, which I found that quite fitting for building Lego. And in this video, I'm doing an anti-time lapse where I take a fully completed set and rebuild it. I don't know. I found that quite fitting for this little new journey that I'm going on because I did build this set and I turned it into a time lapse. And I didn't like how that time lapse turned out. I didn't like the lighting, I didn't like the angles, and I was like, okay, like I can do better. Even though I do not like taking apart fully completed Lego sets, it actually pains my soul. So I'm like, oh, now I got to take it all apart and I got to put all of the pieces into this big pile and then dig through them because when you first build a set, they're in the little bags and you're like, boom, 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 boom. But it kind of reminded me of how I used to build Lego when I was a kid. I would just throw all the pieces into one big pile, and then me and my brother would just build these big sets, and he would be the piece finder, and I'd be like, okay, I need this one, and this one, and we would just sit there and we would just build beautiful, beautiful sets and most of those sets are completely destroyed. They are gone. I actually have like 3 bins just full of just destroyed sets, which I wish I had them all built because my Lego set collection would have been much bigger than it is now because even though I am running out of space as it is, and I got to get another desk. So anyway, we're going to dive into this voiceover. We're going to dive into why I wanted to start a YouTube channel, what this channel is going to be about, and kind of just, talk. It's like me talking to you, me talking to you. So, why YouTube? Well, I decided to start a YouTube channel because I wanted to start doing long form content. There are gonna be a lot of growing pains. I am putting that out there right now. And it starts with this video, it starts with this voiceover. In the future, I will get better at this. It's like repetition. And sometimes you just have to start something and you just have to be like, well, I'm diving right in. I have no idea what I'm doing, and we're just gonna get the ball rolling. So, all right, pivoting. So what I'm going to be doing on this channel is Lego time lapses. Who would have guessed, right? As we watch a Lego time lapse right here. There's also going to be a lot of astrophotography content, which I will be putting more out as I'm able to take my telescopes outside and the weather clears. I will be doing a chasing Saturn series later in the year, and if you've come over from TikTok, hello, hi, it'll be set up exactly as my chasing Jupiter. And for those of you that don't know, that was like my first time trying to get a decent picture of a planet with my telescope, and I basically had to learn everything from scratch, from looking imaging to stacking to all of the software like pip, and I was like, I don't know how to do this, but I just kept going after it and after it and I eventually got a decent picture of Jupiter. Now, it did take me quite a few tries, a lot of nights outside in the cold. Like I would carry my power bricks. I had 2 power bricks. I would take my laptop, I would take my planetary camera, and I would take my big telescope. So I have a Celestron 8SE, and I would lug all that stuff down the stairs and I would set it all up, and it would be windy and cold, and I would just be like, I'm gonna get this planet. I'm gonna get this planet. So the Chasing Saturn series will kind of be set up like that, but that'll be later in the year when when it's at peak capture time. As right now, it where I'm at, the rise time is like early in the morning, and I want it to be a little earlier because it's gonna be right off my back deck this year. So I'll be doing a whole thing with that. But anyway, oh, where was I? Where was it? I got so sidetracked with the Saturn. Oh, that beautiful ringed planet. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of astrophotography. Lego builds, just a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be doing on here. So, and it might change around. Like this is going to adapt with me. Like we are just going to go on this little journey together, and we're gonna be like, all right, here we go. Let's buckle up. Let's see where we're going. So, woo. And do not worry. The learning curves will learning curves. The learning period will not it won't be too long. So it's quite different from TikTok. 'Cause I'm used to having my camera right in front of me. I'm used to just like boom right there. And now I'm just like, well, this is it's kind of weird because now I'm just speaking into a mic, watching myself build a Lego set. Like awesome, right? Right. So oh, one sec. Before I go, there's also going to be just a little bit of like mental health talks on here, as I am someone, if you don't know, who has just horrible OCD. I've had horrible social anxiety, horrible driving anxiety, just walking anxiety over here. And so I do want to talk a little bit about how I was able to overcome all of that in hopes that I'm able to help somebody else through my stories, through my experiences, through everything that I've been through the duration of my life, because there have been some pretty dark days, and I am a I'm just a brand new person. Like I sometimes I don't even recognize myself anymore because I am so different. Like if you took me from just 2, 3 years ago and I was face to face with that other guy, I'd be like, that used to be me. I've come so far. So it also reminds me, just be proud of yourself more, because that is something that we can lose sight of, especially with everything going on in the world today. But anyway, hope you have a fantastic day. We will talk soon. Lego set.